Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari Jaya, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradari Jaya, Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari Jaya, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradari Jaya, Yashodanandana, Jaya Praja Janaranjana, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Sitanata Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Welcome to this session on Isopanisad Mantra 6. We are going to see. We already saw the introduction, then invocation, then 5 mantras we have seen. Totally 18 mantras are there. And now the consecutive mantras, which are like, it's Upanishad, as you know. So totally, it's a very smallest Upanishad, smallest of all the Upanishads. And this, first we saw how Krishna is the all supreme proprietor. He propriets everything. The supreme Lord is the owner of everything you see. You see, you don't see. Whatever exists, the owner is supreme Lord. So this is the first point which we saw. Then we saw that those who accept it, what will happen to them is those who accept and feel gratitude that Lord has given me this quota and I'm using it, and offer that quota in love to Him. And in that way, they execute their life in Krishna consciousness, can keep on living for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years without any trouble of karma bandhana. And third, we saw that those who disregard this proprietorship of the Supreme Lord and become godless civilization, they get into hellish life or darkest region of ignorance, which generally is animalistic bodies. We say that, okay, you'll go to darkest hell. That doesn't mean that, okay, you worship God. If you don't accept that the God is the owner of everything, you will be beaten in the hell. No, it is said very simple. They will reach to the darkest region of demoniac life. So why the demoniac life is very dark? Because there is no auspiciousness. Without God, If God is missing, then it is inauspicious. If God is there, it's auspicious. That's all. You can see some scary movies like Ghost and all that, and you will feel so scared. Why? Because God is missing. And if you remember God, then the fearlessness comes. Even Prabhupada's name is Abhaya Charan. Abhaya Charan means fearless. Abhay, Abhaya. Bhaya means fear. Abhay means no fear. So this Abhaya happens to a person who has taken to the shelter, Charanaravinda, the lotus feet of Krishna. So the Charanaravinda, Charana Aravinda. So what does that mean? Charana Aravinda means, Aravinda means lotus. Charana means lotus feet. So Krishna's feet is called lotus feet. And anybody who takes shelter of the Charana Aravinda of Krishna, they will never have Bhaya. So the word Abhaya Charana Aravinda means fearless. That lotus feet where you take shelter, you will never get fear at all about anything. So that is the power. Here, the one who doesn't, if they don't take that shelter, fear will overcome them and they'll go to the darkest region. So the greatest danger is we have come to human species. We have taken many bodies. We are spirit soul. We are not the body, and we are in a tenure. We are given insect life, small insect life, and then some other aquatic life, bird life, animal life, like this. And we evolve in various species. And we live and live and live, and then we come to human species. In human species, we don't recognize, then we'll degrade into animal species, which is considered the greatest danger. So that you have to again work your way up to come to human body. So getting this vehicle of human body is very rare, and the facilities in the human body are given very, very favorable to ask questions and find out about God. And if you're not using it for finding out God and connecting with God, then this facility will be snatched away. So that is the warning which was given. And then the supremacy of the Lord, how Lord is. Lord, is he impersonal? So sometimes we may think, okay, he's impersonal or something. There's no person called God. No, he's a personal person. He will stay in his own abode. At the same time, he's all pervading. He's there in every atom. The last bit of creation, he's present personally. At the same time, he's also there in Goloka Vrindavana as Krishna, very nicely enjoying with everybody. So both simultaneously, he is in one place. At the same time, he's everywhere. So these contradictory topics we saw, that he's walking, but he doesn't walk. He need not walk also. Actually, he can reach a place just by his thinking, he just reaches there. So in this way, we saw contradictory characters, and his potency, his power is inconceivable. We have a limited perspective because we live in the material world. So here we have some limitations. For example, if I have to go to some place, I need to walk and go and reach there. It will take some time and all. So in no time somebody reached. Like Draupadi called Krishna, and no time the cloth came. No time. N-O, no. It's not that within a short duration she got the sari. Within a short time Krishna reached there. In microseconds, in milliseconds, nanoseconds. No, sorry, baby. No time. No time means that very moment. That's possible by Krishna. So we saw that he is very swift, he is very fast, he is very speed, everything. So very inconceivable personality. Supreme Lord is not conceivable, achintya. Then only is God, no? God means is totally extraordinary, right? So he is beyond all our perspectives. So that is mentioned. At the same time, he very kindly come into our, of course, he has a personal form, and he comes in the form of Archa Vigraha. That also in Mantra 5, we saw that the same God who is so powerful and inconceivable is very kindly coming in the form of deity. Okay, worship me. Like that, for devotees alone, he's giving himself like that. And we saw many deity pastimes and all that. It was very sweet to hear. And now we are entering into, okay, fine. Now, if a person knows God and connects with God, what is the gradation of them and how do they live? So 3 verses we are going to have consecutively, 6, 7, and 8. These 3 mantras talk about devotees. Okay, let us see. We'll be doing a reading of the 5th verse today. मम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so now we have this Isopanisad Mantra 6. This is same like a Bhagavad Gita sloka tune you can sing. You can repeat after me. You can unmute and repeat. Yastu sarvani bhutani
यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि
सर्वाणि भूतान्ये
atmani evanupashyati
आत्मनि
आत्मनि
एवं
एवानुपश्यति
sarvabhuteshu chatmanam
सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं
सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं
tato na vijugupsyate.
ततो न
ततो न
विजुगुप्सते
विजुगुप्यते.
Synonym word to word meaning. Yeah, he who,
या हि उ
who, but
But
sarvani all,
सर्वाणि all
bhutani living entities,
bhutani living entities,
atmani in relation
atmani in
in
relation
relation to Supreme Lord,
to the Supreme Lord,
eva only,
eva only,
anupashyati observes in a systematic way,
anupashyati observes in a systematic way,
sarvabhuteshu in every living being,
sarvabhuteshu in every living being,
cha and
cha and
atmanam the super soul,
atmanam the super soul,
tata thereafter,
tata thereafter,
na not,
not
na not,
vijugupsyate hates anyone,
vi-
विजुगुप्सते
vijugupsyate hates anyone.
translation. He who systematically sees everything
He who is systematic everything
in relation to the Supreme Lord,
in relation to Supreme Lord,
who sees all living entities
who sees all living entities
as his part and parcels,
as
as
his
his
parts and parcels,
parcels,
and who sees the Supreme Lord
and who
and
sees the
who
Supreme
sees the
Lord
Supreme Lord
within everything,
within
within
everything,
everything,
never hates any or any
never
being.
hates
never
anything
hates anything or any being.
or anything.
Thank you very much. Amazing verse. All of you kindly mute. Or don't worry, I can do that for you. Okay. So here a very amazing verse of a person who systematically sees everything in relation with the Supreme Lord. There's one thing, Supreme Lord is existing. Yes, I agree, God is there. That is one standard. The next standard is the Supreme Lord is the possessor and he is Krishna, is possessor of everything, is the proprietor of everything and is Krishna. Okay, fine. And then knowing him systematically and seeing him systematically. Very properly based on Kuru, Sadhu and Shastra. If we see the Lord, not whimsically. So there is a verse, Sruti Smriti Puranadi Panjaratrika Vidim Vina Aikantika Harer Bhaktir Utpadayeteva Kalpate means Shruti. Shruti Shastras are there. We first class we saw that there is Shastra came from hearing. Shruti. Smriti is remembrance. Okay. Shruti Smriti Shastras, what was translated as Vedas. Shruti Smriti Puranadi. So starting from Shruti, Smriti, Puranas, Panjaratrika Vidhis, these are all there. Like we offer first Dubati, then lamp and everything. Not that whatever we take a plastic bottle and show like this. I just have a glass. I'll take it and show like this. It's not Aarti, right? So certain things we offer to the Lord, certain things we don't. That is Panjaratrika Vidhi. Whatever Arati we are performing is based on Narada Panjaratra. So who gave this Arati process which we are following is from Narada Muni. He gave this. So we show first Dubati, then Deep, then the flower, the water, then the kerchief, the flower, then the chamar. So this one system we have. It's not whimsically, okay, let us do like that. First we will do like this chamar, then this is not speculative. It is based on Panjaratrika Vidhi. Like you give boga to the Lord. So you arrange it in a particular method. You put rice and then you put first karela and then you put like this. Depends on what you have cooked, you organize and then give. So this is based on, and we put tulsi and everything. These are all Panjaratrika Vidhi. So Sruti, Smriti, Purana, the Panjaratrika Vidhim Vina, without the rules and regulation, and not its rules and regulation, not based on Guru and Sadhu Shastra, whimsically worshipping even Lord Hari. People worship many other deities and all that. That is different. That's very, very low class. Because they don't have any reference of scriptures. They just do it on their own mindset. But even Hari Bhakti, if it is done without the proper authority, Aikantika Hare Bhakti, Utpadaye Tevakalu, this is a disturbance for the society. It's a disturbance for that man also and that society also. He will create calamity. That is the reason. So here, very clearly it's mentioned, he systematically sees everything in relation. We have to systematically see everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. How do I see systematically right now? From whatever we have learned till now. Very, very nicely we can see. If you see whatever in the material world is external energy of Krishna. All jada, non-living things are all external energy of Krishna. And living things, we see some insect, we see some animal, we see some living entities. They are all marginal potency of Krishna. And spiritual world is Andaranga Shakti. Other than that, Krishna has his own expansions. Krishna has his incarnations like Varaha, Vamana. So we see systematically everything properly, which is an incarnation, which is an energy. Very clear understanding, scientific understanding. One who sees properly like this, what will happen? First, who sees all living entities as part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, marginal energy is part and parcel of Krishna. All living entities. And who sees Supreme Lord within everything. There are two things which are here. This is a very, very important sloka for devotee relationships. Not only devotee, even non-devotee relationship. How you are going to maintain relationship with this world? Either with the other devotees or with the entire world. How are you going to maintain the relationship? Is because we have to see everything is in relationship with Krishna. One is Krishna is the proprietor of everything. Second is every living being is Krishna's part and parcel. So if I go to Krishna and say, my dear Krishna, I like your little finger, but I don't like this finger. Ring finger I don't like, but I like this finger. If everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, if you love Krishna, you have to love him holistically. How can you say you can hate a part of Krishna, but you can love Krishna? How it is possible? My dear sir, I don't like your face, but I love you. How it is? A boy goes to see the girl to get married, and he's telling to the girl, I love you very much, but I do hate your face. How it will be? That time everything is broken. The marriage is broken, right? That won't happen. Same way, first thing, Krishna, all the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. So you cannot love Krishna by hating a part and parcel. Second, The Supreme Lord is existing as Paramatma in every atom. We sona anuvor anuvana, mahator mahiyana. So he's the atom within an atom. The atom has nucleus. What is that? Electron, proton, and all. So how the electron is going around first? First, how there is an element which is smaller than atom, that is neutron or proton or electron. So there itself the atomic theory is broken. And then in the nucleus, who is staying within the nucleus is Krishna. So like this, he is even in every atom, and also the Supreme Lord is there in everybody's heart. So he is present everywhere. Atom is the smallest element. So if Lord is present in atom, that means even small particles which are around us, the air particles, everywhere the Supreme Lord is present. Now how can you, and he is residing as Paramatma within their heart. So two things. First, the soul itself is part and parcel of Krishna. Second, Krishna is the best friend, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. And the best friend is sitting next to them as Paramatma. Now, how can you hate that person? Krishna is his friend. How can you hate him? So here, beautifully, it concludes that who sees all living entities as Krishna's part and Lord's part and parcel. And second, who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Even material things you cannot hate. Why? Because Lord is situated as in the atom. So here two things are given. One is he never hates anything which is matter. Anything you would have come across, what is that? Living things and non-living things. So non-living entities also we say anything and any being. Any being is living being. So either jada. Jada also you should not hate. Oh, this is material. This is material. You should not hate it. Because there also Lord is residing in the atom and it's the external energy of Krishna. How can you hate his external energy and then love Krishna? You have to love Krishna holistically. We saw first sloka. Purnamad Om Purnamadat Purnamidat Purnat Purnamadiche. So Purnam. Supreme Lord is Purna. So if he's Purna, then you cannot hate anything. So that person can never hate anything or any being, any other person also, we cannot hate. So that is a very, very wonderful, sweet sloka. So I want you to read one or two paragraphs we can discuss and then you can see. We already saw the 3 levels of devotees is what we are going to see here. Okay. So you be ready to read, get set, go. Who comes first?
This is a description of Mahabharata, the great personality who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Personality of God. The Supreme Lord's presence is realized in 3 stages. The Kanishka Adhikari is in the lowest stage of realization. He goes to a place of worship such as temple, church or mosque according to his religious faith and worship there according to spiritual injections. Devotees in this case consider the Lord to be present at the place of worship and nowhere else. They cannot ascertain who is in what position in devotion service, nor can they tell who has realized the Supreme Lord. Such devotees follow the routine formulas and sometimes quarrel among themselves, considering one type of devotion better than another. These Kanishka Adhikaris are actually materialistic devotees who are simply trying to transcend the material boundary to reach the spiritual plane.
Thank you very much.
They
So,
who have attained.
hey, ruko yaar. So the overall sloka, the first which we saw, that is describing about Mahabhagavata devotee. He sees everything in relation with the Supreme Lord. Pandita Samadarshina hai. Sees everything, Mahabhagavata. But 3 stages it is realized. Kanishta Adhikari is the lowest stage. Then Madhyama Adhikari is medium. Uttama Adhikari is highest. that Mahabhagavata devotee is a Uttamadhikari. So there are 3 levels of devotees. Kanishta devotees, which are new or neophyte devotees. So the first paragraph describes about the Kanishta Adhikari. Is the lowest stage of realization. First thing, how do you recognize who's the new devotee or neophyte or the baby devotee? We can say not so very matured, but is becoming a devotee, new devotee. So the Kanishta Adhikari is in the lowest stage of realization. He certainly is better than even non-devotees because he is a devotee, but he's just entered. So what will be his realization, Kanishta Adhikaris? First, he goes to a place of worship like temple, church, mosque, according to his one religious faith. And there, based on the spiritual scriptural injunction, he worships the God also. So in this stage, they consider that God is not anywhere, only in temple. If you ask them, okay, so do you believe in God? I go to temple. I go to temple. So they feel that the God is there only in the temple. So we see that God is there everywhere. We saw just now in this verse. And this is a Kanishta Adhikari. For him, that is the... And devotees in the stage considered Lord to be present in the place of worship and nowhere else. And second, they cannot ascertain who is in what position of devotional service. And they can tell who has So who has realized Supreme Lord? They cannot say. They will see, they cannot see Mahabhagavata devotee. They cannot understand. And they cannot ascertain who is there in which position. Who's a senior, who's a junior. They don't know anything. They see, okay, there are many devotees. Like that only they'll see. And second, they cannot find out if a person has realized God, and they won't be able to identify. And for them, no, niyama is everything. I'm following very nicely. I'm following very nicely. Oh, what? You're following Prabhupada very nicely? No, rules. All the regulations and rules I'm perfectly following. Sometimes they're really proud also about it. I'm following rules. But they are neophyte devotees, new devotees, and they think niyama is everything, the rules are everything, like that. So here, they cannot ascertain who's in what position of devotional service, and at the same time, nor can they tell who realized the Supreme Lord. Such devotees follow a routine formula. They have a formula and they just follow that. Mangalarti, Darshanarti, this thing, Mangalarti, Darshanarti. Oh, you didn't come to Mangalarti, Prabhu, you are in Maya. But that Prabhu would have had some trouble. He wouldn't have come. But they cannot realize, oh, he's not following, he is not doing this. Like that. So there may be some practical difficulty. One day somebody doesn't come. But they follow the routine formulas. And sometimes they quarrel among themselves. This is a symptom of a neophyte devotee. A new or a fresh devotee, they're not yet matured or gradually getting matured, of course. And considering one type of devotion better than another. So what do they fight? They fight for what? Not simply fighting. They fight that this kind of somebody comes and says, see, Prabhupada said only book distribution is the best. That's very important. Another person, no, Prabhupada, Varnashrama Dharma is very, very important. So we have to establish. Another person says, no, cow protection is very, very important. Another person says, no, chanting is the most important. We'll go back home, back to God, and that is more important. Like this. And they argue that one process is better than type of devotion. One type of devotion is better than another type of devotion. They fight. This is important. For one person, something is very important. Puja, taking care of the deities, that is very important. Another person, no, prasadam, cooking, this is important. Like this. So they quarrel among themselves, considering one type of devotion better than the another. These Kanishta Adhikaris are actually materialistic devotees who are simply trying to transcend the material boundary to reach the spiritual plane. So they are in the border. So they have come and hit this is spiritual world, this is the material world. So they are coming and hitting the ceiling of the material world and trying to enter into the spiritual plane. So that is, they are in the brim of the materialistic attitudes. And they very soon, by their practice and sincere chanting, they will enter into Madhyama Adhikari stage. Now, this is Kanishta Adhikari, which is a basic level, the lowest level of devotee. There are 3 levels of devotees. And second, level 1, level 2, level 3, we can say like that. Okay. Now, can you, someone read about Madhyamadhikari?
Those who have attained the second stage of realization
You have some
are
issue
called
with your microphone,
Madhyama.
Nai.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
You have an earphone?
No Mataji, due to speaker.
Okay. Others are able to. We are not here properly.
No, Mataji.
Uh,
Should I
Dinesh,
read?
earphone, recommending 100 rupees earphone. I bought in lockdown 100 rupees earphone. It came for 2 years. Very, very nicely worked. Yes, my luck. Okay, so anybody else would like to read? Sorry,
Should
Vinay.
I?
Really sorry.
Should
Yeah,
I?
go ahead. Yes, Om.
Those who have attained the second stage of realization are called Madhyadhikari. These devotees observe the distinctions between four categories of being. First, the Supreme Lord. Second, the devotees of the Lord. Third, the innocent, who have no knowledge of the Lord. And fourth, the atheists, who have no faith in the Lord and hate those in devotional service. The Madhyama Adhikari behaves differently towards these four classes of person. He adores the Lord, considering him the object of love. He makes friends with those who are in devotional service. He tries to awaken the dormant love of God in the hearts of the innocent, and he avoids the atheists who deride the very name of the Lord.
Okay, so Madhyamadhikari is a person who is in the middle plane. So the lower plane is Kanishta Adhikari, and then comes the Madhyamadhikari, middle person. So here, very beautifully, Prabhupada is giving 4 points that who are all the people he will discriminate. Not that everybody is same. This is Kanishta Adhikari. All the gods are same. All devotees are same. Prabhuji, all devotees are same. No, not same. They are not same. Because you have Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. There are 3 levels of devotees. That Shastra says, Prabhupada says, nectar of instruction also will come across this. Now Isopanisad also became. 3 levels of devotees are there. So you can identify them, which level somebody is by their behavior and understanding. So the Madhyamadhikari devotee, he'll observe the difference between various devotees. So the first is, of course, everybody is same, Pandita Samadarshana. That is in relation to the Supreme Lord, that high class. But neophyte also, he cannot discriminate. He won't even use a devotee who's a non-devotee, he won't know. Otherwise, he'll say, okay, these people are devotees and that's it. Who's senior, junior, nothing he will know. So here, Madhyamadhikari will realize 4 different discrimination he will see. 4 categories he will see distinction between devotees. What and all he will see? First, he will see Supreme Lord. Okay, this is Krishna. He won't get confused. Prabhu, you are Krishna, Prabhu. You are God, Prabhu. That he won't say. Because God is God, Krishna is Krishna. Your Prabhu means your Prabhu, that's all. So he won't just mix match everything. It's very clear, Madhyamadhikari. The first, he knows the Supreme Lord separately very nicely, Supreme Lord. Second, he knows the devotees of the Lord. And third, the innocent people who have no knowledge about God, they are not offensive, but they are just innocent. They are not entered into any faith on God, or they didn't become devotees. That is third. And fourth is the atheist, who have no faith in the Lord and hates those in devotional service. First is he's an atheist. He doesn't have faith in God. Second, he hates the devotees. This is the 4th class of person. So first is Supreme Lord. Second is devotees. Third, the innocent people. If you tell them about God, maybe they'll pick it up. The third is the innocent people. And fourth is the atheist, who oppose the devotional service. They don't have faith on God. And these are the 4 different categories. So what will the Madhyamadhikari do? Of course, he is able to see these 4 categories in the society when he goes and moves. So he will see that, okay, this is the deity, this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like this, he'll see. And next, oh, he's a devotee. He'll see. And then see, he's not a devotee, but he's not offensive. He's an innocent person, ignorant person, like that. So what is his behavior? The match of the following is there here. The Madhyamadhikari behaves differently towards these four classes of people. First, with God, with Lord, he adores the Lord, considering him as an object of love. Lovingly, he will buy some fruits and come and give. He'll make some garlands, or he will try to serve, or like this. He will see the Lord, the Supreme Lord, very lovingly, as an object of worship, the object of love. So this is Madhyamadhikari's first quality with God, with Krishna. What is his relationship? So he will consider him, God, as object of love. Second, what about devotees? With devotees, he will make friends with those who are in devotional service. If they perform devotional service, he will become friend. This is Madhyamadhikari, second. And third is, the innocent people are there. They are not offensive, but they are innocent. He tries to awaken the dormant love of God in the hearts of the innocent. That is why we should not preach to an atheistic person who's trying to argue with you in already pre-planned attitude. You can sense it. You can sense that this guy is simply arguing, or he is inquisitive, or if he is innocent. So for innocent people, the Madhyamadhikari is intelligent enough to spend his time to give him an idea about the Supreme Lord. So he tries to awaken. Already dormant love is there in the heart of all living beings, but it is in the dormant stage. It has to be awakened, that's all. So this awakening process, the Madhyamadhikari will spend his time and energy to invoke that in the heart of the innocent people. And then he avoids the atheist to deride the very name of God. So there is atheist, they are deriding, they don't like the name, and they don't want to chant, and they hate the devotees. These kind of people, they will avoid totally. So sometimes we may spend our energy in going and arguing with them, or trying to convince them with some points, and this will be waste of time. At the same time, you see that the person is favorable and is acceptable, then time and energy can be spent. Because Madhyamadhikari will just move away from this atheistic. No, how will I argue with an atheist? Why should you argue with an atheist? Here is very clearly mentioned that the Madhyamadhikari avoids the atheist who deride the very name of Lord. Are you takatwala so much? With my logic and argument, I'll defeat him and I'll make him prove wrong. There will be a right time for him also in his life. The life will push him into that corner where he will become innocent and ready to listen platform. So you just need to wait for the right time to mature for those kind of people. So this is Madhyamadhikari. So now we go to the Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari is the top class devotee, who's fully matured devotee, we can say. So sometimes it's not that they are low class, high class and all. It's like first standard, second standard, third standard, like that. Not third standard. Primary school, secondary school, and college graduation, like that we can say. And this gradation is like Prabhupada gives a beautiful example in a lecture about these gradations. Why do we grade the devotees like that? Because there is a grade. They progress. So if somebody is progressing, there will be levels. So there is nothing wrong in that. And Prabhupada gave an example of a tree. You have a nice mango tree, and in the mango tree, there will be so many kacha mangoes. Small mangoes may be there, then little big mangoes, and then unripe big mangoes for pickle or something like that. And then you have the fully ripened mango, yellow, juicy mangoes also may be there. So they are all in the same tree, but they are all in different levels. And as they mature, they will become sweeter and sweeter. But the more kacha you take raw, it will be a little sour. But that doesn't mean that the mango is sour. Same way, devotees are always sweet, but sometimes that you will feel the sourness because they are not yet matured. So that uneasiness comes from that, proves that they are not matured enough, because there's katta. So when they become matured, then they are more sweeter. So Prabhupada is telling that, or insofar the And so far, the fruit is sticking to the tree, it's attached with the tree. It is in the right process. But if it falls down, then it is gone. If there is no value, kachai, it fall down, then there's no possibility of maturing, very rare. Unless it is big, almost big and ready to ripe. That time, sometime after falling, it may ripe a little bit and then die. Like that. But the fully ripe mangoes, but all of them are in the tree. Same way, the devotees also have gradation. And the Kanishtadhikari will become Madhyamadhikari someday. And later Madhyamadhikari will become Uttamadhikari. Okay. So this is about the gradation. Now somebody can read about, yeah, the Uttamadhikari.
Above the Madhyam Adhikari is the Uttama Adhikari, who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee does not discriminate between an atheist and a theist, but sees everyone as part and parcel of God. He knows that there is no essential difference between a vastly learned Brahmana and a dog in the street, because both of them are part and parcel of the Lord. Although they are encaged in different bodies on account of the different qualities of their activities in their previous lives, he sees that the Brahmana particle of the Supreme Lord has not misused his independence given, given him by the Lord, and that the dog particle has misused his independence and is therefore being pushed by the laws of nature by being encaged in the form of a dog. Not considering the respective actions of the Brahmana and the dog, the Uttama Adhikari tries to do good to both. Such a learned devotee is not misled by material bodies, but is attracted by the spiritual spark within them.
Thank you, Jivesh. So, Uttamadhikari would have understood that he very clearly sees that every living entity is part and parcel of God. Everything he sees only in relationship with the Lord, his entire existence. And he sees everyone as part and parcel of God. And he knows there is no difference between a dog and a Brahmana. Why? Because it's only a body. Yantra Ruda Animaya. They're all part and parcel of the Lord, the soul, but the soul is encaged, like you have a cage. If you go to a zoo, the animals are put in a cage, each animal, like that. So we are spirit soul, we are encaged within the body. The body is of different shapes and sizes. So it may be in the shape of a dog, or it may be in the shape of a Brahmana, doesn't matter. The soul which is within is part and parcel of Krishna. And based on the Prabhupada is further mentioning, so he doesn't know essential difference between vastly learned Brahmana and a dog in the street, because first both are part and parcel of God. Although they are encaged in different bodies, on account of different qualities of their activities in the previous lives. So why? Why they engaged? Why one person is a Brahmana or one is a dog? Why this partiality? Why this difference? The same day, same place, 4 children are born. One is a child of a rich man, another is a child of a beggar, another child is an invalid child, another child is a dog gave birth to a puppy. Why this discrimination? So although the spirit soul is engaged in the body is determined based on the activities in their previous life. So in the previous life, what they did, based on that, they have acquired that qualities. So he sees that what he sees is not just sees everybody as a spirit soul and behaving ajib sa. No. 2 things he sees. One is the soul is Krishna's part and parcel only. So there is no difference between a dog and a Brahmana and everything. But how did the Brahmana acquire? Systematically seeing. He sees that the Brahmana is a particle of the Brahmana particle of the Supreme Lord has not misused the little independence given to him by the Lord. He didn't misuse it for sense gratification, eating, sleeping, mating, defending like this. He's just eating full life only. This process he's doing. Then he didn't do that. He searched for God. He worshipped God. So he became Brahmana. In last life, he did all that. So he got Brahmana body. But the dog particle, that supreme, the soul, which is in the dog's body, has misused the independence and is therefore being punished by the laws of nature, being engaged in the form of a dog. A dog's survival is very difficult. So, no fixed residence, no fixed food, very difficult, and a lot of enemies barking here and there, and very, very difficult life. So, why? Is because of the previous life's activities, karma is maturing, and then he's getting a dog's body, and is punished by the law of nature because he misused his independence. We have our independence to choose our actions. Right now, I can choose to go to a nearby village, a rack shop, and drink. Nice, no? But I choose to sit in this Isopanisad class. I want to discuss this. My choice, my priority. I choose. And thus, I choose my next body. I am the carver. I am the, we can say, Silpi. They say, no, Silpi. Or the one who carves my next life is me. So here, this life, this body which I've got is also the carving which I did in my previous lives. So if I misuse my independence, then I'll get animalistic life and go down into darkest region. At the same time, if I use it properly, atato brahma jignasa, inquire into the supreme truth, inquire into how everything came into existence, why I am born, where I am born, what is happening in the world, everything, ask and find out, know about God. Not you worship God, otherwise you'll become dog. No. That's why Prabhupada, no gun shooting. Prabhupada saying very clearly, systematically learning. It's a very important thing to learn the puzzle of our existence. We should solve the puzzle of our existence. This is essential. This is mandatory. This is not optional. So if you don't do it, then it's a great danger that losing this body into a lower form of species. You will get back into lower form. So this misuse of independence has happened. So this guy became dog. Like we saw Atmaha person became dog. And the person who can live hundreds of years, he became Brahmana. That is the difference. He didn't misuse. So not consider. So this is the vision of whom? Uttamadhikari. Right now we are learning this, but when we go to the world, we should see the world like that. Just try to know, oh, is it like this? It functions. Oh, okay, fine, very good. So that is a real knowledge. So not considering the respective actions of a Brahmana and a dog. Okay, what to do? The dog did some sin, so it has become like this. A Brahmana, some punya karma you would have done, so he became a Brahmana. All are spirit souls, all are part and parcel of my Krishna. Like that, the Uttamadhikari tries to do good to both. It is not that, okay, dog, yeah, chase it away. Brahmana, oh, come. You are very, very welcome. Devotee, yeah, I love devotees. What about non-devotee? I hate non-devotees. There only, your understanding is gone. That is Madhyamadhikari or Kanishtadhikari. Very clearly known that to show affection to someone, to hate someone, to like someone, like that. So he will do good to both. Brahmana or dog, Uttamadhikari will do good to both of them. The good is not just giving them food and shelter, and that God has already arranged for all living entities. So what is good is to give him spiritual knowledge. For dogs, some prasadam can be given because we cannot give a class to a dog. For a Brahmana, we can exchange spiritual talks with him in this way. Engage in some devotional service, make him show Damodararti or whatever. Engage him in some very sweet service of Krishna. In this way, he does always good to both of them. Such a learned devotee is not misled by material bodies, but is attracted by the spiritual spark within them. Because why the spiritual spark is attractive? Is because they are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is all attractive. The name Krishna, what is the meaning? Akarshana. Akarshan means attracting. Akarshana iti Krishna. All attractive. Krishna means, the word means all attractive. So, the spirit soul is part and parcel, minute part and parcel of that all attractive. So, the spirit soul is very attractive. So, he will see that, it's a living entity. We can give some spiritual benefit to this living entity. In this way, he will think. So, here further, Uttamadhikari's character, only Mahabhagavata devotees, only the original sloka. The sloka mainly talks about Mahabhagavata devotee or Uttamadhikari only. But in the purport, Prabhupada is giving us that gradation. If there is a Uttamadhikari, then there is a Madhyamadhikari also, there is Kanishtadhikari also. Uttamadhikari is the highest stage. Like that, he is giving us the explanation. Okay, so somebody can read further. More about Uttamadhikari. Maybe 2-3 paragraphs we can read. Yeah.
Those who imitate and sorry. By flaunting a sense of oneness or fellowship, but who behave on the bodily platform are actually false philanthropists. The conception of universal brotherhood must be learned from an Uttamadhikari and not from a foolish person who does not properly understand the individual soul or the Supreme Lord Super Soul expansion who dwells everywhere. It is clearly mentioned in this sixth mantra that one should observe or systematically see. This means that one must follow the previous acharyas, the perfected teachers. Anupashyati is the exact Sanskrit word used in this connection. Anu means to follow and pashyati means to observe. Thus the word anupashyati means that one should not see things as he does with the naked eye, but should follow the previous acharyas. Due to material defects, the naked eye cannot see anything properly. One cannot see properly unless one has heard from a superior source, and the highest source is the Vedic wisdom, which is spoken by the Lord Himself. Vedic truths are coming in disciplic succession from the Lord to Brahma, from Brahma to Narada, from Narada to Vyasa, and from Vyasa to his many disciples. Formerly, there was no need to record the messages of the Vedas because people in earlier ages were more intelligent and had sharper memories. They could follow the instructions simply by hearing once from the mouth of a bona fide spiritual master. At present, okay.
Wait, sorry. I will just have a look at this too. Some people say that we have to see everybody same. We have to see oneness. Like, for example, in South India, in Tamil Nadu, we have the government introduced a concept called Samatwa. Samatwa means everybody is same. And the government used to construct some houses and give it to poor people to equate them with those people who have money and all that. And they call that Samatwa Pura. Samatwa Puram, they say. Samatwa Puram means residences for equality. But the same government, the same Samatwa people, they eat meat. How then you're equal? Only human beings, huh? All we are all equal, but there is some difference like this. So Prabhupada is mentioning here those who imitate a Uttamadhikari by flaunting a sense of oneness or fellowship, but who behave on the bodily platform are actually false philanthropists. There is equality, not that, okay, let us consider everybody equal, we'll respect everybody, the tree also, the plant also, the grass also, the animals also, the bird also, human being also. So already you are seeing now we all Indians are same. Why Pakistani is not same? American is not same. Chinese is not same. African is not same. No. They are Africans. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. Then Americans are uncles and aunties. Why only Indians? It's on bodily platform because you're born in India. Why can't you love everybody? Why you should love only my brothers and sisters? Others are all cousin brothers, huh? Because you have border in between. So you divide your property. The world is the property. Let us divide it. Excuse me. Krishna owns everything. You have given a quota like a rent. Even your body is a rental property, baby. Then what to speak of whatever you possess? It's mine. It's mine. So this bodily platform based equanimity, that is false philanthropy. Philanthropy means doing good activity to others, welfare activity to others. Some people bring this propagation, even communists, they bring this propagation saying that no, the government will take over. That's not, one person will not be rich, one person poor, like this. There is, so society is very discriminatory, should not be there. Everybody has an equal quota. Everybody will get, one person will get one bag of rice, 1 kg of rice every day, like this. Everybody is equal. But that's on the bodily platform. What about trees? Are you giving 1 liter of water to every tree? And for every grass, 1 spoon of water every day? Can you give it? Can you distribute it? Is it possible for you? Huh? In your capacity? Is it in your capacity? So that bodily platform based samatva or equanimity is false. And the welfare activity which they do is false. So the universal brotherhood must be learned from Uttamadhikari because it's in soul platform. We are all part and parcel of God. It's by science. Satsidananda Krishna is, we are Satsidananda. We are spirit soul, the part and parcel. So everybody is part and parcel. Samatva, equal. It may be fish, it may be any. So, and it should be learned from Uttamadhikari. Not from a foolish person who says, okay, we are all same. So he never understands the individual soul also. He doesn't have the Supreme Lord also, but he's talking about equality. Bogus philosophy. We don't agree, sorry. We reject that. Because it's in bodily platform, he's talking about universal brotherhood. So we say that on the world, all of us are equal. Then if a demigod comes, he'll become enemy. We are all friends in the world. Okay. Outside the world, if somebody is coming alien, then he'll become your enemy. Huh? Not like that. That is why in bodily concept, when we try to do equality or socialism, helping others, this is bogus. I built hospitals to help save lives. Sorry, you cannot save life. People will in this world will surely die. Can you tell any hospital which has proven track record, whoever goes inside never dies? Impossible. So it doesn't save life. It is stitching the body. It's like patching up the body a little bit here and there, and scratching, a little smoothing effect. That's all. But permanent solution is not there. So bodily platform, any calculation is wrong calculation. That is why in mantra, this mantra starts by saying that one should observe or systematically see the vision which we are having with the world, how we see this, with systematically see. How do I see it systematically? It's very nicely mentioned. As I told you, Guru Shastra here. This means that one must follow the previous Acharya. My Acharya, I have a previous Acharya. My Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, we have Prabhupada. So perfect teachers there. The Acharya Parampara coming from Krishna. That is what is mentioned here. How do I systematic? Systematic means, okay, let us put a syllabus. And this is very systematically, they are organizedly, line by line, they're going uniform, they are putting white and white. No, it's not a system. How do you learn systematically? Oh, I'll put tabular column. I'll draw some diagrams. I'll maintain chapters. Sorry, that is not systematic. What you learned in school is not what is being taught here, baby. That is called Ajnana. So here, Prabhupada is giving an explanation for systematic. It is clearly mentioned in this birth mantra that one should observe or systematically see. How do I see that? This means that one must follow the previous acharyas. Go to your guru, we say, oh, you are Mataji, Prabhuji, always saying guru. No, I didn't say. Prabhupada is saying, and we follow it and we get perfect knowledge. This means that one must follow the previous acharyas, the perfected teachers. Anupashyati is the exact Sanskrit word in this connection. Anu means to follow, and pashyati means to observe. Anu is to follow, observe means to see, observe. Pashyati, anupashyati. This anu is a very sweet word. It's like you have sometime in the beach, the father will be walking, and the child will walk behind the father, putting his feet on the feet wherever the father keeps in the sand, will create an impression, and the baby will jump in that impression and go like this. So anu pashyati. There's see also and follow also. Get the vision from Guru. Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana salakya. I'm a blindfolded person. And my Guru gave me the vision. So I'm able to see things as they are. So it's not that Anupashyati means, okay, I will see with my own eyes and I will understand with my own. I didn't see Krishna in person. How will I believe him? So that is what we learned, that Anupashyati doesn't mean you have to follow the previous Acharya, what previous Acharya says. He sees things. One time, one person, when Prabhupada was giving a lecture, he got up and started shouting, have you seen God? Have you seen God? So Prabhupada said, yes, I have seen a person who has seen the God. My spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, has seen God. So I have seen him. That means I have seen God. Go. He said that. So if you follow previous Acharya, you're authentic. You're doing on your own, you're a failure. So we follow the previous Acharya, Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Today, Prabhupada's disappearance day, we remembered him so much today. And this is the way to glorify him and worship him, is by reading his books. He'll be so pleased with us. I'm sure he will bless us to read very nicely all his books. So thus the word anupashyati means one should not see things as he does with the naked eye, but should follow. Because why? Why can't I believe what I see in my eyes? Maybe that is what we read in the introduction. What did we read in the introduction? We have imperfect senses, illusion, cheating propensity, and making mistakes. These are all some flaws in us which will make us not see the truth as it is. So when we see through the eye, when we walk through the path of the previous Acharya, we'll be able to see the things as they are, not with the naked eye which we have in the body. It has imperfect senses. Our senses are imperfect. We cannot see anything properly. One cannot see properly unless so sabda pramana. This is what we saw. What is the pramana which will take? Is sabda pramana. Not pratyaksha, not anumana. Pratyaksha is by using our senses, we observe things. Anumana is by guesswork, assumptions. And shabda is by hearing from superior source, from Guru. And the highest source of Vedic wisdom is spoken by God himself. First Vedic system was spoken by God. To whom? In the disciplic succession, he spoke to Brahma. Brahma spoke to Narada. Narada spoke to Vyasa. In this way, the complete list is there in Bhagavad Gita till Srila Prabhupada. From Brahma, Krishna speaking to Brahma, Brahma speaking to Narada, Narada speaking to Vyasa, Vyasa is speaking to many disciples. In this way, the disciplic succession is coming. So this entire list is given in Bhagavad Gita till our Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So formally, there's no need to record the Vedas. We already saw this. Because people in earlier ages were very intelligent and they were able to remember sharper memory. They could follow the instructions simply by hearing from the mouth of the spiritual master. Now we'll also, of course, we have literatures that's also fully authorized. The book is like equal to hearing from Srila Prabhupada. So this disciplic succession, this is the systematic learning. What is systematic learning? This is the systematic learning. The perfect definition of systematic learning is given here. Okay. Now let us see the further paragraphs and we'll conclude. Yeah. Can someone kindly read it?
At present, there are many commentaries on the revealed scriptures, but most of them are not in the line of disciplic succession coming from Srila Vyasadeva, who originally compiled the Vedic wisdom. The final, most perfect, and sublime work by Srila Vyasadeva is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. There is also the Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by the Lord Himself and recorded by Vyasadeva. These are the most important revealed scriptures, and any commentary that contradicts the principles of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is unauthorized. There is a complete agreement among the Upanishads, Vedanta Sutras, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam, and there and no one should try to reach any conclusion about the Vedas without receiving instructions from the members of Vyasadeva's disciplic succession, who believe in the personality of Godhead and his diverse energies as they are explained in Sri Upanishad. According to the Bhagavad Gita, only one who is already on the liberated platform, Brahma Bhuta, can become an Uttama Adhikari, devotee, and see every living being as his own brother. This vision cannot be had by politicians who are always after some material gain. One who imitates the symptoms of an Uttama Adhikari may serve another's outward body for the purpose of fame or material reward, but he does not serve the spirit soul. Such an imitator can have no information of the spiritual world. The Uttama Adhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served.
Thank you, Shrikant. Okay, so here we already saw Guru, Shadhu, and Sastra. I told no Guru, we already saw. So the systematic way is one is main thing is the previous Acharya, the Guru. And second is Shastra. Mainly, Guru Sadhu, of course, Sadhu means devotee, acharyas, they come under that. So we have Vyasadeva, we have Narada Muni. I said that the Pancharatra, the worship is from Narada Muni. So this, they come as sadhus. There are other sadhus like the contemporaries of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you see Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, like that. So, but other thing is Shastra. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So this is Shastra, Prabhupada is again systematic means it includes Guru also, it includes Shastra also. The Guru, previous Acharyas who are sadhus, and the Shastra. At present, there are many commentaries on this revealed scriptures. If you see, the Bhagavad Gita is a book without copyright, so anybody and everybody takes and translates it. So there can be many commentaries on that scripture. But the most perfect, not just Bhagavad Gita alone, people write so many Vedas, this book, that book, and all. So many books are available. But the final and most perfect work of Srila Vyasadeva Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the commentary of the Vedanta Sutra. Even Vedas have Rig Veda, Yadur Veda, Sama Veda, Dharma Veda, Mahabharata. So many books are there. But the final and most perfect and sublime work by Srila Vyasadeva, because all those Vedic literatures are written by whom? Vedavyas only. So there is no competition between two people that they fight. No, his book is better than his book. No. Sometimes people say that, no, if you come into some motivational seminars, they say that don't compete with others. Just compete by yourself. Every day you see that you have to win over yourself. This is a very famous thing that you set a target for yourself, you reach it, and you beat yourself and reach the next target. Beat yourself. So they ask us to compete with ourselves. So you see here, all the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva Vedas, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, then this Vidhis and mainly the Upanishads, Puranas and epics, Mahabharata. These are all written by Vyasadeva, only compiled all of them. And now he has almost disregarded them, not suitable for Kali Yuga especially. And then the most perfect and sublime work he presented, the Vyasadeva, Srimad Bhagavatam. This is for all the Vedas, the Veda Anta Sutra. The Vedas are there. Vedas Anta is the conclusion. And the Sutra means formula. The conclusion of Vedas formula. Like you have large fruits and multi fruits, so many fruits. And one is hard, one is soft, one is, you have to peel it like that. So if you join all those and make a juice and filter it and give, just take it. Like that, the Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the natural commentary for Vedanta Sutra. And also, we have another book called Bhagavad Gita. This is spoken by Lord himself to Arjuna and it is recorded by Vyasadeva. These are the most important revealed scriptures, these two books. And any commentary that is contradicting whatever is said in Bhagavad Gita, opposite to it, or whatever is said in Bhagavatam, it is differently presented and that is not authorized. So these are our, we can say, weighing scales which we use in order to find out whether a particular scripture is authorized or not. It is in conjunction or in uniformity with, it should complement or be in conjunction with, without contradicting Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Then, yes, that's a good scripture. That is perfect. So Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, if it contradicts, then that literature or any scripture, it may be in Sanskrit language, maybe in any language, it is unauthorized. So that's what Prabhupada is telling here. These are the most important revealed scriptures. Any commentary that contradicts is unauthorized. And there is complete agreement of the knowledge in Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Vedas, Bhagavatam, and so whatever Vedavyas has written, they are all in conjunction with each other. They go together in parallelism. There is no contradiction or clash in any philosophy there. The only thing is there's possibility of people misunderstanding or misinterpreting. Interpretation means whatever is the original meaning, turn it and tell it. Twist it, something. So that is interpretation. The interpretation may be possible by people. Originally, Vedas are very clear like sunlight. That's why when Lord Chaitanya was there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and then he went to Puri and he stayed in a place of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya liked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much, but he didn't realize that he is Supreme Lord. So he told, you're a young sannyasi. You're just singing and dancing in the street. No, you should study Vedanta Sutra, I'll teach you. And he made Lord Chaitanya sit there. And he gave Lord Shankaracharya's Bhashya. Shankaracharya was purposed, is Shiva himself. He is sent by the Supreme Lord to hide the Lord. So Shankaracharya gave an impersonal explanation to the Vedas, like God is a light, he's Om, he's only Omkara or Brahma Jyoti, like this. Not a person. The Bhagavan form of the Lord is disregarded. Only the impersonal light feature is given. In this way, Mayavada philosophy preached. So this Shankara Bhashya, Shankara's Vedanta Sutra is being explained. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting quietly. It's not speaking at all, he's just sitting. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. Full day Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya would teach Vedanta Sutra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will keep quiet. He'll never speak any word, no reaction. 7 days, on 7th day, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya will become very irritated. No reaction, why he is not talking anything. Then he'll ask, my dear Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, did you understand what I said? There is no response from you, no questions from you. Kindly tell me why you are keeping quiet. What is going on? Then Lord Chaitanya said, when you chant the verses in Vedas, they are clear like sunlight. Very easy to understand. They are very clear like sunlight. But the commentary which you are giving, the explanation which you are giving, is like a dark cloud covering that clear sun. This is the comment which he passes. Then Sarva Bhattacharya will become shocked. How can you? Nobody has done this to me. Nobody has opposed my teachings. Actually, Sarva Bhattacharya was at that time number one teacher almost in India. People from various Navadvip, they had his elder brother Vidya Vachaspati. He's also classic, top class scholars. But Vidya Vachaspati didn't become totally Mayavadi or impersonalist. He remained a worshipper of the Supreme Lord in a form which is original as Bhagavan. Then is Brihaspati himself incarnated as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So then he asked how. Then Lord Chaitanya gave very nice verses from Vedas, and it's so clear vision that Krishna's personality, Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. He has form, everything very clear. But the explanation is very like a dark cloud. So Sarvabhattacharya became very upset and he went and night fully he didn't sleep. He was so worried. And in the night he understood that actually Lord Chaitanya is not an ordinary person. He must be Supreme Lord. Nobody can find out fault in the Sankaracharya's explanation. It's not fault. Mm, it is the truth being hidden. So that is very nicely opened up by Lord Chaitanya. So he understood. So he used to follow a lot of rules and regulations. The next day morning, Lord Chaitanya will bring the prasadam from Jagannath temple early in the morning, 5:30, like that. So Sarvabhattacharya, full night, he didn't sleep. He's thinking, and who is this person? He's surely Gopinath Acharya already told he's Supreme Lord. Surely he must be, otherwise impossible to find out and reveal, open up an entire world to him, which he was doing many years. He was teaching Vedanta Sutra. And he's became very famous. But one shot, this young boy finished everything. Not smashed him or argued with him, but just opened up his vision. Then he'll open the door. Who is that? I'm Nimai. Nimai Pandita, who became Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. I've come to your door. Okay, then he'll open. He wouldn't have brushed his teeth. Now Sandhya Vandanam, not taken bath. He didn't, of course, didn't sleep the entire night. So he'll say, take Jagannath Prasad. So immediately, without hesitation, he will take and eat, which a general Brahmana will not do without niyama. He broke the niyama because Supreme Lord is coming and giving his own prasadam, and he offered obeisances. And I didn't see you for all this time. Now I understood you are not an ordinary person. Like that, he surrenders. So, very, very amazing that, yeah, we should know things in a systematic way. And Lord is a person, and that impersonal explanations are very covering up the original personality of God. It's a kind of showing envy on the Lord only. So there shouldn't be contradictions. If you see, there's no contradiction in the Vedas, but if somebody can give interpretation, like we Vedanta Sutra by Sankaracharya, there is interpretation, and it is hiding the personal feature of the Lord and projecting the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. These are all things happening. Then there may be contradictions. So those which are not coming in the Veda Vyasa's disciplic succession. So Vedas, without receiving instruction from members of Veda Vyas, disciplic succession who believe in the personality of Godhead is diverse energy, as they are explained in the Isopanisad. We are reading Upanishad now. Isho Upanishad. Isho is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Isha, Supreme Lord. See, it's taking us closer, this book. So according to Bhagavad Gita, one who is in the liberated platform in the Brahma Bhuta can only become Uttamadhikari. So we saw 3 levels of devotees: Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. So Uttamadhikari is the person who sees everything in the vision, and it is done in a systematic way of following Acharya's systematic way of seeing things. So he will see every living being as his own brother. Every living being. This vision cannot be had by politicians who are after some material gain. Sometimes they'll say that we are seeing everybody equal and all these things are bogus. So because he had his own personal agenda of material gain. One who imitates the symptom of Uttamadhikari may serve another outward body for the purpose of fame of material world. but he does not serve the spirit soul. Sometimes people have eye camps, people have health camps, all these things and all. That is on the bodily platform. Material reward. People will, I'll get name, fame, glory, position. Such an imitator can have no information of the spiritual world. He won't have information of the spiritual world. Here and there he can collect some information, but actual vision he won't have. The Uttamadhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. So the Uttamadhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him part and parcel only by giving Krishna consciousness. Thus the material aspects is automatically served. Means if you nourish the soul, for example, okay, no, there is not much of a time. Still, I would like to. The Uttamadhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as a spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served by serving the spiritual soul. Automatically, the material body is served. How? For this, I would like to ask some simple question. Okay. Now, I'm giving you option 1 and option 2. Okay, you have to choose. All of you type in the chat box either 1 or 2. I'm going to ask question 1 or 2. Any one only you should say. Okay. All of you ready? Sleepy pies? Or
Yes.
slept up dozing? Mataji is giving very good song. Lullaby. Huh? Okay, let us see. We will know by the chat box who has slept and who has not slept. Okay. So I'm going to give you 2 options. Option number 1. The material body which we have, the body, is maintaining the soul. Second, option 2, the soul is maintaining the body. Okay. So we have here Mohini gradually waking up. Navanit Govinda Prabhu is awake. Jeevesh is awake. Akarshik Srihari is awake. Abhishek Sinha, Diksha, Agarwal, Shrikant, Anushri, Sumeda, Ayan Mandal. What about the rest of them are all Jo. Okay, Om Govindra is awake. So here everybody is saying that the soul is maintaining the body. And we have one contradictory answer that Om Govindra says that the body is maintaining the soul. Santoshnita became awake. Jeevesh woke him up. Hey, get up, get up. Okay. What about others? Everybody is slept up, baby. Santoshnitai Prabhu, note the names. Rest of them you should put absent. How is it? Anamika. Anamika doesn't want to have a marking of absent. So she jumped in and said 2. Okay. Now coming back to the question. Is the body maintaining the soul or the soul maintaining the body? So only one contradictory answer we have. If the body is maintaining the soul, the body is there, that is why the soul is there. The body is maintaining the soul. When the body gets destroyed, then the soul also should get destroyed. But no. So very simple to understand. This is a matter made of matter. This is made of matter, right? Material. This is non-living thing. And this non-living thing cannot act on its own. Same way, take my hand, take my finger. This is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. It's made of earth. I have bones, they are earth. I have blood, that is water, like this. It is there, okay? Now, this is also made of that only. Earth, water, like that. Jada, both are. But my body alone looks active. If I want to lift my hand, I'm able to lift my hand. Because soul is there. So, the soul is within the body, then the body is maintained. The minute the soul decides, bye, I will leave the body, bye bye, and it goes, then the body falls like a cloth, dead. It's not that somebody is destroying my body. Then the soul gets destroyed. No, body is not there. So the soul decides, this body is no more usable, I will leave. So it leaves. So the body falls down. So who's maintaining? As soon as the soul leaves the body is falling down like a cloth. This is the proof that the soul is maintaining the body. The body is not maintaining the soul. And Sadanandini Mataji also gave answer. Om Govind Rai Prabhu, you have any clarification on this? Or in the sleepiness, you just typed one. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's it. So that is what is the last statement which we saw in the Isopanisad, this mantra, is the Uttama Adhikari sees that the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served. So we serve the spirit soul, Raghunath Das Goswami and all in Vrindavan. They lived simply on a cup of, every day he will drink one leaf cup full of buttermilk, and that's it. That's it. That's all. No food, nothing. Many, many years, very healthy life. No problem. Because the soul maintained the body. The soul is only maintaining the body. Not your food is maintaining, my health and exercise is maintaining. No. It may temporarily show like that, but actually no. So that is why we should nourish the spirit soul by giving spiritual life. And material body will be automatically maintained. Thank you very much. Any comments, questions? Hare Krishna. 5.
Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Akash.
So if we not give food to our body, only we will do Hare Krishna, then how will?
The decision of leaving the body by a soul, there are two people in the body. One is soul and spirit and super soul, Paramatma and Atma. And if somebody is very nicely giving good food to the body every day, very fat man, one fine day, Lord and the soul decided to get out. They got out and he dies. So the food, of course, nourishes the body, but it doesn't holds the life in the body. You don't give enough nutrition. Beggars who doesn't have any food, they live a long time. And the person who's eating every day very nice food stuff, he dies in 50 years, 60 years. So it is the decision of the soul and the Atma, because the Jada himself itself cannot decide on something. Okay, now let the soul be here. Now let the soul get out. I'll kick you. The Jada doesn't have that. Jada is matter. It is not operable by itself. You see that it's all like stone. Nothing, not doing anything. How can Jada make a decision of holding the souls in like that? It gets nourished, it changes a little bit like that. But sometimes people don't eat for a long time, yogis and all. They don't eat for a long time, 100 years. But they survive to live. They just live only by air, breathing. They live. So it is the Lord. Rake Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rake. And the food, of course, is required for nourishment of the body to keep it little nourished. That's all. Otherwise, it doesn't hold the soul in the body. Is that okay, Prabhu? Sometimes you
Yes,
don't
Mataji.
give for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. Then the soul will decide that this man is torturing the body. Let us get out. And the soul and super soul will leave. Because I are torturing 30 days, you don't give food. This man can die. He's not using human body for that. He's just wasting the body without putting petrol. He want to run the body. Let us leave, and they leave. Sometimes they don't leave. 1 year, 2 years, a man can live. Yogi will live without food. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, to
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So the Uttamadhikari mentioned over here, so is it the same that mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Pandita Samadarshina?
Yes, and more means Pandita is one level. The Brahmana also, Brahmagyanati iti Brahmana. He will know that they are not the body, they are spirit soul. In that way, he will have an equal vision. So he will see the dog eater and the Brahmana, everybody in the same platform. But a Uttamadhikari is even higher. Of course, he is equal to that vision. And more than that, he also has better vision by providing them spiritual knowledge. So Uttamadhikari is Pandita, which is mentioned, as you said in Bhagavad Gita, plus. What is the plus? The plus is he's a devotee, and moreover, he spreads the Krishna consciousness in an equipoised manner. So all those things are added to the Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari also sees not just the all living entities equal, he also sees the Supreme Lord. He doesn't hate. The description of Uttamadhikari here, you see, is a very heavy definition. He not only sees living entity equal, he also sees the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada is mentioning, and he doesn't hate anyone. Of course, Pandita Samadarshana also doesn't hate anyone. So he sees one more thing, systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme. Two things he's seeing, living entities are part and parcel, not just Paramatma is existing. You see that Bhagavad Gita picture of the Pandita Samadarshana, one picture will be there, the Pandita will see that the Supreme Lord is situated in everybody's heart as Paramatma, 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 every living entity. So he sees equal darshan. But there is something more to it, they are part and parcel also. So he systematically sees through Acharya Parampara is Uttamadhikari. So Brahmana also is in a Brahman level, seeing everybody as spirit soul. That is one grade. Uttamadhikari is a very high grade. But they are in the same line.
So is it that you were mentioning few days back that spirit soul is one level of understanding, but to understand one is servant of Lord is the complete understanding.
Yes. Uttamadhikari is that understanding, complete understanding. And the Brahmanas, they are also Panditas. Pandita is, he sees everybody equal because the two things, part and parcel of God, and also their Lord is situated within the heart. So this applies even to the regular Pandita, but Uttamadhikari is being described here because he is systematically seeing in everything in relation. System means he is connected with Acharya Parampara. When he's connected with devotional Acharya Parampara, especially in the line of Vyasadev's disciplic succession, then he is really a Uttamadhikari, the top level platform. As he will even see everybody not only part and parcel, also as devotee of God. Only thing is they have forgotten Krishna, I have to remind them of Krishna. This will be their agenda, that's all. We are not cultivating Krishna, we are not making somebody a devotee. Already they are devotees. We are only kindling, we are making them reminder, giving a reminder to them. So he will remind them of their relationship with Krishna and engages them in chanting, engages them. He further engages also, no? Not only seeing, he also walks. Two things, Anupashyati. Anupashyati means Anu is following, Pashyati means seeing. So Pandita is sama darshan only darshana is there. Anupashyati is also walking in the footsteps of previous acharyas by establishing places where people can come and chant, worship the Lord, and engaging others in chanting. In this way, he preaches Krishna consciousness also. That is Uttamadhikari.
Yes, got it, Mataji.
Okay. Any more questions or comments? It's always welcome. You can either put the question in the group or you can send privately to me. It will be answered. Right now it's late, so good night. Pancha kalpatarubhyashta. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. One more thing, tomorrow also when you come to the class, you can ask the question. if you don't put in the chat. Okay. Have any question? Ask tomorrow. Okay, Hari Bol. Good night.